I recall there was a time when everybody was talking about chemtrails. They were talking about how chemtrails were not only making people sick, but was causing people to act crazy, causing people to turn on one another. They interviewed Prince and other celebrities, and they even talked about chemtrails and the effects that it had on the population or the area that they were targeting. But today we have a different type of chemtrail. You really don't hear too many people talk about chemtrails and the effects of chemtrails, because they have graduated to a whole new level of chemtrails. Now, some of you are probably trying to figure out, what am I talking about? What other type of chemtrails are they that's causing sickness and disease and people to act out irrationally? Well, this is the new type of chemtrail, the demon rappers. This is the modern day chemtrail. The modern day rappers have done so much damage to their own communities just by doing what they love. If you listen to not just the lyrics in their music, but if you listen to the beat creates certain moods and passions. There's certain songs that can be played in a club that will set the club on fire. It will make them become violent to the point where it encourages them not only to become gangbangers, drug dealers, but also murderers and disrespectful to their own women. So in today's time, rappers are demonic. And what's quite interesting is the fact that many of these young boys come out of the ghetto. They come out of unfortunate situations. They come up in families without the father, or in many cases, many of these young boys raised themselves, or the street raised them. I've heard so many young dudes talk about how you had the older gangsters, the pimps, the drug dealers, schooled them from a very young age, taught them how to get that paper at a very young age, and did not realize that they were on the path to selling their souls to the devil. If you look at a lot of young rappers that's coming up, a lot of entertainers that started out young, that came from the ghettos, many of their contracts are now expired. And now we hear so many rappers, and even old school rappers, that are now dying at the age of 30 or in their 40s, and some in their 50s. They become sick, or in many cases, we have no idea what happened to them, or they're murdered in the street. What happened is their contract was up. And you have so many young people that's selling their souls for no time at all. Many of them don't even have a 5-year contract. Some of their contracts don't even last a year. Some of them just get their foot in the door. and they're violently taken out. We hear so many cases where an inspiring rap artist that just got a contract or record deal and their life is taken away that quick, because when you deal with the satanic kingdom, their goal is your soul. So in your mind, you're thinking you have time. And trust me, many of these demons that make deals already know that you have a thought in mind that I'll do this for 6 years, and before my contract is up, I'll get into the church. I'll give my life to the Lord. And keep in mind, many of these artists or these rap artists speak out against the Bible. They speak out against God. And now they have young people now repeating their mantras about how God don't exist. You have rap artists that represent the 666, the mark of the beast. Many of them have inverted crosses, and they would have them tattooed on their faces. But before time is up, before their contract even began, their soul is snuffed away. And in many cases, those that have their souls snuffed away before their contract even begins are those that really had nothing to offer the satanic kingdom. They really had no message, but they were used, deceived, and made to believe that they would become famous or they would become popular. And you have so many young people selling their soul just for followers, just to be popular, either on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You have black females or women in general selling their souls, stripping on social media. You have the so-called black unconscious community. When I listen to these so-called black conscious leaders, and I will be doing a video on that, like Dr. Ben, that would teach against the Bible, that would teach against Islam, the Quran, or religion as a whole. All they're doing is severing the lifeline between you and your Creator. Once they're able to sever that lifeline, then you find yourself breaking off into witchcraft and Wicca and Satanism. As long as you're praising Lucifer, everything is okay. It's easier for you to accept the gay and transgender agenda. No one frowns on that. Then you start justifying it about your family and your friends are gay or transgender. And then you find yourself delving into those realms, the very depths of hell. And you wonder why your life is so cut short. And I will be doing a video on the so-called black unconscious community. But the modern day chemtrails are the demonic rappers that's ministering angels for Satan to pull you away from the Most High to sever that bloodline, that connection, putting you in a position to be damned. So when you go to sleep at night, it's not guaranteed that you wake up in the morning. And I've always said that when you play on the devil's playground, one day the devil might show up. I've also said that every year takes a number. And already at the beginning of this year, we start hearing about the death of celebrities. And it's interesting how the number of celebrities' lives are just snuffed away at a very young age. And it really makes you think, because when you come up with a certain artist, listening to their music, you just don't expect them or their life to be snuffed away from them so early. And so when their life is snuffed away and you are in your 30s and they're in their 40s, or they're around your age, and then you hear the news that they were shot to death, or they had some type of degenerate disease or virus that took them out, it shocks your mind, it shocks your consciousness, because then you begin to start looking at yourself, wondering, when is my time coming? But according to the Bible, it says, it is appointed man wants to die, and after that, the judgment. We've heard cases, man, where, like, and I guess this young boy right here made a video recently talking about he was giving up drugs. But it would not surprise me if one day soon, in the very near future, we hear about this young man, because sometimes you think you have another day. And it's a blessing just to be able to wake up another day. You curse the Most High today, and then you wake up, that's grace. That's unmerited favor. Favor that's undeserving. You're given another chance to repent. But in most cases, people are so far gone that they have no idea that their time is about to expire until you wake up in hell. So feedback, tell me what you think. It's a short video. But today's messengers of Satan, today's or modern day chemtrails, are the rap artists, are the rappers, because they're killing their own people. They've sold their own souls for fame and fortune. And then they get on social media and boast about their cars or their jewelry or the money that they have, not realizing that they can take none of that stuff with them. Oh, there's people that have tried to take it with them. But the grave robbers were the ones that enjoyed their riches. So feedback, tell me what you think. Until next time, I'm fearless.